Well, here's what we're up to today. We are going to put tires on Alex's truck. We've had this truck almost a year now, and the original traction tires that were on here were in real good shape when I bought this truck. This truck has a closed shoulder tire on here. At least I thought they were. That one front drive was. It's hard to tell with the fenders now. They are, well, no, we've got closed shoulder. It's got a mix and match of open and closed shoulder tires on it. We're going to put a fresh set of recaps on here. We'll show you what they look like here once we get these off and we start mounting up the fresh recaps. Now, a lot of you might say, oh, I would never run recaps. I have to run virgin tires on all my trucks. Well, we don't haul as heavy as you do. And that's all we can afford. So we'll go ahead and get a jack underneath this and or two. We'll start ripping these off. This ain't gonna be the easiest job for me because my ribs are still sore. On this left side, we started the parlor 4 weeks ago yesterday, and I thought I would have been healed up by now, but I am not. So a short little bit ago, we had the other Freightliner in here, which was the twin to this one. Now you guys are gonna love me because I'm just gonna talk during the first segment of this video like I always do. We'll try to keep this short and sweet. We put a frame-mounted tank behind the cab of the other one, and then we've got another tank upstairs there that we're gonna do the same to this truck. We'll get this saddle mount tank off, get the fuel tank back on there, and then put that tank in behind the cab. So we will go ahead and get started here, but this truck is one serial number off from the other one. The serial number on this one is KU5551, and the other truck is KU5550. Of course, there's 11 numbers in front of that are, there's one other number that's usually different on a consecutive serial number truck. So there was 6 of these that Ryder had leased on to another company, and they were set up all the same. DD16, 13-speed Ultra Shift, double frame, 14.6 front end, 46 rears with the Primax suspension. This has been a good truck for the year that we had it. This had a few more miles on it than what the other one had. This is like 400 and, oh, what has this got on it? 415 or 20,000. The other one's got 368. I want to say this had 405 on it maybe when I bought it. And this one, what does it have? Come on. This one's got 430 on it. So, and set up exactly the same as the other one. We, of course, got the consoles are the same and whatnot. So, let's go ahead and get started. We've jaw jacked the nut here, so. All right.
Jason needs to come that door.
Well, not here. Alright, so we've got all 8 tires removed. We've got a couple on this side that are still deflating yet. But we'll go ahead and start dismounting these 4 here. We've also got a couple of tires to swap around on this other truck. So we've got a tire party here today. Alright, so we've got these 4 dismounted. A couple of these tires are kind of decent yet, but it's raining today. And we had a couple of bad ones on that other side, and these were borderline. So rather than mix and match, I decided to change them out. This tire here is the best one. And we won't send that one in to get recap. But what we have going on with this truck, where is the crack tire? That one? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
This one on
The inner side. So these tires here are shot. Now it's hard to see this one, but
not blown up.
there's some cracks. You could see them right there. The sidewall was cracked out, but the tread is getting down anyways, and we've got a couple on the other side to do as well.
Those ones are
So the other tires are good. You got the back.
They look good. Just
Yeah, but he's got the inner one has a slow leak.
on the rear.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we
okay. So
yeah,
they-
check with Tim, make sure, but we got to get that one off.
Oh,
And
I
swap
wasn't
it.
sure if it's one of these maybe leaking. I'll ask him.
No, we couldn't be that lucky.
Yeah, right.
So long as the pressure washer's going, we're going to have these rims washed up before we mount up our new ones. All right, as you can see, it's sprinkling out here a little bit. We went and got this crawler out. It was in winter storage, and Nate's just adding some chains to our ramps. But the reason why I'm out here is I wanted to show you this nice beautiful load cart that Jared just bought. Picked this up over to Cuffs. That's quite the unit. I'd like to know how much longer it is than them Jamesway carts. It's probably from that 10-inch piece up. That's probably the difference in length.
Well, when you go up with it, it's gonna go in a little, right?
Well, yeah, but no. But this is a Noon load cart, made in Canada, minus the tariffs. So we did not pay any tariff on this.
Like a little less than half.
So, hey, there was one other piece in there. You sure?
No, we put them in.
I had them in the back of the truck, and then we put them in here when I got here.
Oh, you didn't want to bounce them out on the road?
Yeah, I know this thing would be bouncy, so.
Did it get any
The
air?
suspension doesn't really work that
Did
well.
it-
Well, I was doing about 80 at the bottom of the hill there, and shoot straight, tracking straight,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, they said it had the Tim-proof tires on it.
Well, yeah, they're speed
Yeah.
rated for
Yeah.
100, I think. But
Yeah. Now just imagine if you had the Ford on the front of it, how much faster you'd gone.
You sure about
See,
that?
one thing, we keep him derated when we put him in a Chevy. How much did it weigh?
The scale showed 230 before I got on. It said 1760 after I got on it.
So you gotta weigh the empty truck yet.
Well, that's without the truck.
Oh, okay.
I just pulled the truck off the scale, and this was on there with these. Maybe 100 pounds on the pin.
100 pounds on the pin, so it's 17 something. So it's
I'm just-
1500,
I'm just wondering if it's over
1600?
2. The scale's showing 230 as it's empty.
230 pounds
Is that
on the
plus
scale.
side?
That's how much the rain is weighing right now. So what did it gross?
1760. Without me picking up
1760.
on it.
So that's 1570. It's got to weigh more than
I'm gonna
1570
say it's
pounds.
2,000. It's at 230 on top of 1760.
Hit the.
Yeah, but-
It'd be almost 2,000.
The holster. The
No, because did you start at minus 230 or plus 230?
I can't tell. There ain't nothing saying one or the other on there. I don't know whether it's
It would
minus-
say minus. I could look at the monitor. But okay. Okay.
Tim, what tire leak?
Inside right rear.
Yeah.
Right rear inside. You'll see it's worn down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll pull.
All right, so we've got these rims all washed up, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But the tires that were on the right-hand side of this truck were worse than what was on the left side. So I wheeled the rims outside. Jason washed them off. He says, hey, you got a couple of oddball rims there. I said, what? Hey, he said, yeah, a couple of them are smaller. Well, if you look at that one right there, that one's not as tall as that one. Neither is that one. I said, you gotta be kidding me. So, if you look, we have some 22.5 tires here. Right there. Wait a minute, that's 24.5, this is 22.5. So the problem with these fully enclosed fenders doesn't really give you the ability to look at your tire to see the difference from one axle to the other. These tires were together. If they weren't together, they would have scuffed all of the rubber off of the 22.5. So this one here is a 22.5 and this one there is a 24.5. So they were together on the same axle, but there was 22.5s on one side, 24 in the other three positions. So the rubber on these is still good. The truck was like that when it came here. I wish I had noticed that prior to this, but that just isn't the case. We've had them on and off of this truck a couple of different times when we added the flotation tires to this. So it's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. So I don't have any more aluminum rims, so I had to buy 2 brand new aluminum rims. We're dismounting the front tires on this as well. The one on the right hand side was a little bit better than the one on the right was a little bit better than the one on the left. And Alex said, well, just replace all of them. That way I've got all brand new tires. So we're going to run recaps on the rear, but we're going to have to get virgin tires for the front. They do not advise using recaps on a steer axle. So Andrew's getting casings loaded up now that we're going to have retreaded. Sarah's going to go down and pick up, what has she got? She has 16 24.5 tires to pick up, 8 trailer tires that are 22.5, and she has 2 24.5 steer tires. So she's got 26 tires to pick up. So the tread that I was going to put on this Freightliner was this cap tread here. We've had real good luck with these. They're a real good traction tire. However, we only had 4, and they didn't have 4 more to match them. So we're going to put 4 brand new ones across this drive axle on this truck. We had 1 tire that had a slow leak, so we're going to match up 2 on the other side. Throw out the one that had the slow leak because we ran it soft a couple of times, and they're too dangerous to reuse after you've run them soft, believe it or not. And then we'll have 1 saved for a tire to put on at a later date. So we've got to find more tires for him. I got to get these dismounted. Alright, Alex and Sarah are back here with these tires. So we've got a bunch of trailer tires on here. Steer tires for the front of Alex's truck, and then the traction tires. So we'll get these unloaded. Usually we have enough tires, but we just didn't have enough of everything that we needed here for today. Let me see if I can just scoop these ones first to give you guys some room to work. Make sure I don't squish you. Looks like I got 4.
Well, you can probably get this one. Here.
Pull that one back, Sarah. Come on, put some girl power into it. How many I got? 6 or 5?
Got 5.
5? All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get this unloaded. They'll roll them to the back here, and we'll scoop them up with the forklift and get them on inside here. Take it out and drop it off. I don't know. All right, we've got these all loaded now. Did you count them?
No.
Just like Don and the Mo's, right?
Yeah.
Did you count all of these?
I can't count to double
He
digits.
counted them before he put them in the truck, but he did some funky business. Maybe we lost one on our way home.
24.
Those have 26.
Yeah, I think there's 26. There's 26.
So what ones are going on the front of your truck, do you know?
Those two.
Where are they at?
They're those two.
Is it-
With the yellow line on them. Right? No?
For the front.
Oh, for your truck.
I don't think
Yeah, it's these two here. 315. So we're upsizing
See? Told ya.
the tires on Alex's truck. So what we're gonna do, I got 2 new rims. All right. Now, you didn't hear this information, did you?
I don't hear a lot of information.
Your truck had 2 22.5s on the rear that were on there since we got the truck. So I didn't realize it until Jay washed the rims. We've taken them tires on and off, but see, with those fenders on there,
Yeah.
you wouldn't notice, and they didn't get mix matched. Because if they got mix matched, a smaller tire would have wore out faster because it would have been scuffing the road. So I ended up buying 2 brand new rims. And then once I took the front tires off, I said, well, we could upsize the fronts to a 315 because you had 11 R's on there. Used the 24.5 rims that came off the front on the back, and used the 2 22s that came off the back, put them on the front with an upsized 315 tire. So, and then these ones are going on Jared's manure trailer. So I don't know if this is a cap. Yeah, it's a cap. That's got some nice tread to it. So, I don't really like these caps here, but the traction caps, but they are what they are. So, we're gonna go ahead and get some tires mounted here. All right, so we are mounting things up in a hurry here. These rims, I'm going over them with a wire wheel just to take some of this crud off the outside lip. And yeah, we got 2 new rims in the box. And these tires here, this is the only cap that they had. They do all right. They don't do as good as the other ones, but they are what they are, right, Nathan? That one's done. Over in there. You want to think for a minute? All right, so we're into the following day. Today is Sunday, April 13th. We ended up getting the tires on this truck, and then I changed the oil on this morning. And I said, you know what? There isn't a lot going on today, so I'll pull it outside and wash off all of the remnants from this winter. I also applied some aluminum bright to the aluminum tanks and the steps and whatever on this side. And this is probably the cleanest that this truck will be for the rest of the year. So the other one was unhooked, and I figured I would do that one as well. So I thought I would just kind of video these 2 trucks because it's probably the last time that they'll both be clean together. We did haul manure with this for 3 days here this past week. We got rained out on Thursday afternoon. I rinsed it off. The tank and the step and the def tank on this side had a lot of rust that streaked down through here, if you recall seeing that in the previous videos. And I used some aluminum bright on that, and it took that rust right off of the aluminum. I had to look at this truck real close to make sure we didn't have any 22.5s on this one. We don't. They're all 24s. I put the new rims on this side here, and then of course the 315s on the front. You guys will have to let me know what looks better. Maybe you can't even tell, but we got a little wider stance on those front tires on the one on the right, because that's got 315/80 22.5s on it. Then we've got 11R 24s on the truck that's on the left, but the aluminum cleaned up real nice. Again, there was rust coming down this step and the def tank and the step on the other side. So we're going to get to hauling some manure tomorrow. It rained all day yesterday, and it has been a nice dry day today. And we'll get these trucks back to working. I want to replace this guy up on top of the hood here. All the chrome has come off of it, and it looks rather ugly. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.